Hey, man, I got a great Christmas movie we can watch.
Great, what is it?
Die Hard.
That's not a Christmas movie.
Yes, it is!
Welcome back to the Out of Touch podcast. I'm Chris, and that's Bill, and today we're watching Die Hard, directed by
You forgot his name already.
John McTiernan.
And for a second, I thought you were going to say directed by John McClane.
No. From John McTiernan, 1988, Die Hard. Bill, what do you think of Die Hard?
I used to not think it was a Christmas movie. I've changed my mind. I think it is a Christmas movie.
I don't know how I feel about that, because it's like the beginning and the end of the movie are kind of Christmassy, but like the middle is not really Christmassy.
I mean, it's Die Hard. It's an action classic.
Yeah.
Starring Bruce Willis in his prime, and it's probably his best movie. But just getting it out of the way, the whole is Die Hard a Christmas movie debate.
Okay.
Here's why I now think Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Because for years now, places like Hallmark and Lifetime and even Netflix is in on the act have been just throwing out this cookie cutter, same garbage crap and calling them Christmas movies. With the same bland romantic comedy story, guy or girl or whatever doesn't like Christmas too much and the other one likes Christmas, and then they fall in love or get into a fight and then they kiss at the end. It's all the same crap over and over and over again. And I'd say, you know what? Fuck it. Die Hard's at least a good movie.
And I guess Die Hard kind of has some of that stuff in it.
I know. It does.
Because it's like, well, I guess John McClane, he's kind of estranged from his wife at the moment. They're like separated. He's coming down to LA to kind of maybe make things right.
Trying to reconcile.
Yeah.
There's a love story at its core, but then just terrorists show up, but they're actually thieves.
Yes.
And all hell breaks loose, and John McClane's got to save the day the hard way.
I guess in some ways you can say he has to save the day and save Christmas.
He does save Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, would his kids have a Merry Christmas if their mom and dad died?
That's true. And when does Die Hard take place? Like Christmas Eve, or is it like...
I believe it's Christmas Eve.
Okay. So I guess there are more things in its favor of being a Christmas movie than not being a Christmas movie.
Set on Christmas. There's Christmas music. I wish there was just a bit more Christmas music in the score.
Yeah.
He has the famous, now I have a machine gun, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if all that other crap can count, Die Hard should count. Because at least it's good.
I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird thing, because it's like, I always think like, oh, it's a movie that takes place during Christmas, but it's not about Christmas, but maybe it is about Christmas.
Maybe it is.
I don't know.
You got people who are being greedy, naughty, and John McClane who wants to feel his family nice.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, the naughty people get what they deserve and the nice man gets what he deserves.
I guess so.
Divorced by the third installment.
I did not know that because I've never seen Die Hard 3 or 4 or 5.
I have yet to see Die Hard 3, but I know it happens because I've seen 4 and 5.
Well, I guess he's just too married to the job.
Too many Die Hard things keep happening. I mean, a year after this movie takes place, Die Hard 2 happens.
Oh, man, I can't fucking believe this. Another basement, another elevator. How could the same shit happen to the same guy twice?
Man, yeah. You know, I guess, like, this movie's such a classic, like, you know, it has all the memorable lines of, like, now I know how a TV dinner feels, and, like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, which is, like, kind of, like, such a, like, weird line to begin with, because it's not even, like, an action line. He kind of just says it as, like, a joke, kind of, like, casually, but it became his, like, catchphrase.
Yeah, and he starts using it in action moments in the second one.
Yeah, like, he doesn't, like, blow a guy up, and then it's like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
No, that's in the second movie.
Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
He just kind of, like, the guy calls him, like, a cowboy, and he just says, like, as a joke, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, on the radio.
Yeah, he's just screwing with the bad guy.
Yeah.
Hans.
Yes, Hans Gruber. I guess the bad guys in this movie, I don't know if this is a politically correct term, but I can describe them as Eurotrash.
They seem a bit more suave to be Eurotrash, I guess.
Are they?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Look, they're like supposed to be like German.
Yeah.
And they're pretending to be like East. This is like a long time ago, so they're like, I guess, East German terrorists of some kind or whatever. But nah, they're just in it for the money.
Yeah.
It's all a ruse.
What kind of terrorists are you?
Who said we were terrorists?
They're stealing bonds from Nakatomi Corporation, which I guess is just I don't know if it's like a capital group or just some sort of conglomerate. It seems more like a capital group.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Point is, they have a big tower in L.A.
Yes. There's a lot of 80s guys buying and selling stuff with shoulder pads. And
I mean, this
suits.
movie has one of the quintessential 80s guys.
Yeah.
What the hell was his name? Elias, something
Ellis,
like that?
Yeah.
The first time we see him, he's snorting cocaine.
He really is. I almost said Die Hard's office, but I meant to say John McClane's office.
It's not his office either.
It's Die Hard's wife's office. John McClane's wife's office. The main character of the movie is not Die Hard.
No, it's not.
Even though, like, in my mind, I'm like, get him, Die Hard! Like,
Dear Die Hard, you rock, especially when that guy was on the roof. P.S. Do you know Mad Max?
Besides, like, 80s guy, there's, like, some stuff early on that I'm like, oh, yeah, this is a different time. I don't even know, at the time, would you be able to bring a gun on a plane even if you were a cop?
yeah, that seemed kind of like, really? Like,
I don't know.
it's just like, it's okay, I'm a cop. And it's just like,
It's a gun on a plane.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the current modern day mindset of like red flag, red flag, red flag, get him, get him.
I mean, it is pretty easy to get on the plane back then, I guess. Before everything went crazy.
And yeah, it just stuck out to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I always forget about that. Weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird too, like, or I guess I'd say it's really well planned out, the movie, with like, why is he not wearing shoes? It's like the guy on the plane told him to like fist your feet into like the carpet when you get off the plane to like get over like the flying.
Jet lag.
Yeah.
Why anyone would do that is beyond me.
Yeah.
But it's just an excuse to get him barefoot and give him a bigger disadvantage. As if the numbers game wasn't enough.
Yeah, because there's 12 terrorists or thieves. They have this very elaborate plan to steal these bonds.
And cause a big explosion and make it seem like they all died.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting, too, because, like, the main bad guy of this, Hans Gruber, pretty famous bad guy, but, like, he is just, like, 100%, like, ruthless. He just kills that guy, Tanaka, I think his name is, at the beginning of the movie, the main boss.
Yeah, just like, oh, you can't help me? Dead.
Yeah. It's just like, holy shit. I mean, he kills that Ellis guy pretty fast. Like, when he's like, oh, I'll help you out.
I mean, I think at that point he might have just been annoyed by the guy.
That's true.
It's like, oh, you were full of shit. You wasted my time. Bam!
Yeah. I mean, played by Alan Rickman, of course, known for Snape's and Harry Potter and many other roles.
This was his breakout role, I believe.
Oh, really?
I think it was.
Yeah, I think this is kind of like the youngest I've seen him in something.
I mean, I think he started a little later, like, in terms of, like, getting, like, bigger roles. But, like, yeah, this is kind of like his... It'd be like, oh, shit, this guy's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, the bad guys in this, and it's mainly because it's, like, the era, but, like, they kind of remind me of, like, the RoboCop bad guys in number one.
I mean, they got a lot... Even, like, the minor henchmen have just, like, a little bit of personality.
Yeah.
The long, blonde German guy. You got the quirky nerd guy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a Asian guy, bad guy.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a personality too, because
Yeah.
there's a little moment where like he's like setting up to like shoot the cops or whatever, and he just realized like, ooh, free candy.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all
Because like I'm already a thief. Yeah, this is mine now.
gonna have a couple Crunch bars. Why not?
We need to get some product placement in here somehow.
Definitely. But yeah, bad guys are pretty fun and ruthless, and I like how John McClane in the movie, he kind of first like is kind of scoping him out because he's a cop from New York and he's gotta do the right thing, but like he kind of like listens to all their names and he's like writing them down on his arm and stuff. So when he finally calls them on the radio, kind of like freaks him out because it's just like, how does this guy know who we are and stuff?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good moment.
Yeah. Yeah. And his instincts are pretty smart. Like the first thing he does is like fire alarm. But the bad guys they're 2 steps ahead.
Yeah.
They call it. They're like, oh no, false alarm. Turn it around. Which I don't think you can actually do.
Yeah,
I think they have to come in like, no, we got to come.
Yeah, because those things say like, by law, if you like pull this or whatever,
Yeah, they
you'll
have
get
to
in
come.
trouble. Yeah.
Like even if it was an accident, like someone usually has to come.
Yeah. It's like,
Even if it's just like, all right, no problem, and then they leave.
yeah.
Like even the bad guys could have bluffed their way out of it anyway, because like even if they contacted like, yeah, it was an accident. Like, all right, fine, we won't send the fire truck, but we're sending somebody over to take a quick look. It's like, oh, okay. I don't know what they would have done then. They probably just shot the guy.
Or talk it out like how they do with Carl Winslow.
His name is Al.
I know it's Al Prowl or something, or
I don't remember his last
Prowl,
name.
or
I just know it's Al.
yeah, because he's like a sergeant. He's like the main like cop that John McClane talks to throughout the movie.
Because John's able to get a distress signal out. They think it's a prank because like, oh, the fire thing happened already. Now it's like this again. Who the fuck are you? What are you doing? So they send him over there. He's like, yeah, I'll check it out. They got a guy dressed as a security guard. Being like watching, he's just like hanging out, just like watching a game. Like, hey, what's going on here? System sucks, glitching all the time. And Al's just like, forget this. Good night.
Yeah.
But then John throws a freaking dead body onto the hood of his car, and all hell breaks loose.
I kind of love like before that too how like frazzled John is when he's like talking to the lady on the like walkie-talkie, and she's like, this is a criminal offense, and he's just like, yeah, I know it's a fucking offense, come and arrest me. Like,
This channel is reserved for emergency calls only.
No fucking shit, lady! Do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
For God's sake, man.
it's like you can't even take it. I do like how Officer Al, he like looks at the building and like they're like disturbance at Nakatomi Plaza, and he kind of sees like the gunfight happening on the top. He's like, what the hell is going on up there? But it's funny because Reginald Vell Johnson, Carl Winslow, obviously famous cop from other movies like Ghostbusters and many other things.
I mean, I've mostly seen this guy play a cop somehow.
They're all the same character.
It feels like it.
He just like had to change his name because of like pissing off mob bosses or something. The Winslows are actually not the Winslows.
They're the pals.
Yeah.
They got targeted for reprisal from one of John McClane's various enemies. That's why he's not in Die Hard 3.
You know what else too? And I could be completely wrong, but didn't Carl Winslow have a thing where he accidentally shot a kid or something too?
I think you're just thinking of Die Hard.
Am I?
I think you're just thinking of Die Hard.
I could have swore Carl Winslow was like, I shot a kid.
Yeah, you're thinking of Die Hard.
Oh man.
You're thinking of this movie.
It's the same guy. It's just all in my mind.
Why would that be a thing in a sitcom?
Oh, I don't know. They have a very special episode.
Not like that.
Well, like, I didn't think he killed the kid in Family Matters, but he accidentally, like, shot him.
No.
It was one of those, like, special
You just-
episodes about, like, gun violence or
Look,
something.
they had some messed up, very special episodes, but that definitely wasn't one of them.
Well-
You're just thinking of the movie Die Hard.
Man, just thinking the movie Die Hard is just, like, Family Matters 0. Even though it's not even about Carl Winslow, it's about John McClane. I guess I always thought it was weird that John McClane never visited the Winslows in Family Matters, but...
Man, if that would break my brain if Bruce Willis did a guest spot on Family Matters.
Oh my God, it'd be great. It's like, you remember Nakatomi Plaza? It's like, yeah, I sure do.
We don't talk about that.
I can't remember Carl Winslow's wife's name, but
Harriet,
that's right. It's like Harriet was expecting Eddie when that happened.
It's like, man, and like he meets Urkel. It's like, of all the kids you could have shot, why didn't you shoot this one?
Man, I mean, the whole movie like kind of leads up to the moment of him getting his killer instinct back at the end, I guess.
I mean, he did shoot that guy.
Yeah,
Shot him dead.
yeah.
That was a hero moment, though.
It was a hero moment.
He shot the bad guy.
It's true. He shot the right person this
Yeah,
time.
the guy who's the first person John McClane kills was this guy's brother, and the rest of the movie he's like, I'm gonna get this guy.
Yeah.
I want to kill him. I'm gonna kill him dead.
definitely. It's kind of good that like the villains have like motivation to want to kill John McClane with all his bare feet and everything happening in the movie. I do like, you know, kind of jumping around that part where like, you know, Hans Gruber like disguises himself or kind of just goes with it being like a normal office worker there briefly.
Yes, which apparently they only did because they realized, oh, you can do a pretty solid American accent. Let's use that.
Yeah.
Please, God, no, you're one of them, aren't you?
And like there's like all the details where like, you know, they kind of set up like, oh yeah, John McClane, he's like a pretty good like cop. He like remembers like all his surroundings and stuff. So like he says a name on like that plaque there and John McClane remembers the name there. And like he's like, oh, like yeah, I guess this guy's up and up, even though John McClane's just like, I know who you are. Like
I read somewhere once that like part of what I guess what was supposed to be a tell, which I think was all completely cut, is that McClane makes a note at one point that they're all wearing the same kind of watch.
oh, okay.
And then he would have seen the same watch on Gruber and be like, you one of them.
Yeah.
But I do like that. Like, he hedged his bets, like, here, take this gun. I didn't put any bullets in it.
Yeah, it is kind of funny too, because like Hans Gruber is just like 100% ruthless, and immediately is just like, I'm gonna blow you up, and then doesn't.
Yeah.
But I do like how like the details of like Hans Gruber notices that John McClane's not wearing shoes,
Yeah.
and then when they have the shootout, he's just like, shoot the glass,
Makes sense.
and man, his feet get all fucked up.
Oh, God.
Like-
I'm glad we don't get any, like, too many, like, looks at it, because by the end, it must have been like, ha!
Yeah, I mean, they do a good job at like showing his like bloody footprints and stuff, and
It's crazy to me that he only tries to replace his shoes once.
yeah, just like kind of at the beginning, and he's just like, oh, too small.
You didn't even try to put that guy's socks on.
Yeah, put the socks on at least.
Yeah, seriously.
Maybe he's just like, ew,
Those-
that's gross.
You're running around an office building with a shootout barefoot.
In the 80s. You know what's on that floor?
AIDS.
I wasn't going to go there, but yeah, probably. I was going to say bodily fluids. Guess which ones?
Which could give you AIDS. It's
Oh, yeah, and he has open
open,
cuts.
yeah, all over his feet.
Oh, my God. He could have got AIDS.
He could have.
Man,
He very least definitely needed a hepatitis shot after that whole thing.
definitely.
It's crazy that I assume he went straight to the hospital, even though he rode off in a limo.
Yeah. Guess we should talk about the limo driver who had a lot of personality.
Argyle.
Which, pretty cool name. Like, it's like, my name's Argyle.
And he's just there in the parking garage for the whole movie. Just like chilling at first, not completely oblivious for like half the movie, until he
Yeah.
catches the news report, and it's like, uh-oh.
It's just like hanging out with that giant teddy bear, too.
He's like talking on the phone. It sounds like he's talking to like some girl or whatever.
Yeah. It's like drinking like the like wine or whatever from the mini bar.
Because why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. He has a hero moment too.
Yeah, he takes after the nerd.
Yeah. Cause like I guess like their getaway thing was like they're gonna be disguised as like an ambulance.
I think so, yeah.
And like it's pretty interesting how like they had like the ambulance, you know, van inside like a bigger truck.
Yeah,
It's just like, okay.
they planned it all out.
Yeah.
The one thing they couldn't plan on. Just a random dude from New York.
Yeah. Just this cop trying to do the right thing.
Because it's Christmas.
Yes. He's got to save Christmas. So weird. Because, like, the beginning of the movie is so Christmassy. Like, it almost is like, you know, a setup of, like that movie Scrooged or, like, a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
But then, like, the middle is just, like, a full-blown action movie. And then, like, the end is just, like, hey, it's the Christmas movie again.
Look, I'm just saying, if Hans Gruber doesn't show up, this is probably a Hallmark Christmas movie. But Hans Gruber showed up, and it became Die Hard.
Yeah. I guess, like, the only way they could, like, make it more Christmassy is if all the guys trying to steal the stuff were disguised as Santa Claus for some reason.
Nah, that went too far.
Probably
I think
would
you
be.
just need a little bit more music into the score, and I don't know, maybe he kills a guy and on a Christmas tree or something.
Yeah. I guess this might have been made before Trans-Siberian Orchestra that does those, like, epic Christmas songs, you know?
Yeah,
that
that-
would very much work for this movie,
Yeah, that would have worked.
you know?
I mean, some of their music was in like the Home Alones, I think. So
I guess they must have been around, but I guess it was before they were, like, prominent.
I guess, or just nobody thought of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now they use it whenever they can.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, now it's a cliche.
Yeah. People are like, oh, this again.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. But yeah, it's a great movie. There's a lot of really tense moments, like when he's like in like the air ducts, and the one like blonde guy is like poking up, trying to like, he's like, I know somebody's up there, and he's like almost like ready to like just like shoot him when he gets there, but he doesn't. Like that's a pretty tense moment in the movie.
John McClane in the vents, one of the most famous parts of the movie.
Yeah.
I've seen Christmas ornaments of McClane in the vent.
Yeah. Yeah, he has like a lot of personality, and I guess like people say he's like an everyman sometimes, but
Well, yeah, because at the time this was the golden age of Schwarzenegger and Stallone, all these like super jacked, larger than life men, and then you had Bruce Willis, who's not like bad shape, but smaller, leaner,
yeah,
and who's on the back foot the entire time. Like, this is the opposite of Commando. Commando, Schwarzenegger is like an unstoppable killing machine. Here, Bruce Willis, he bleeds, he struggles the entire time.
yeah.
Granted, by the time this series ends, he becomes that.
I guess so. That's what I've heard. I've never seen like the later ones where.
Yeah, he's kind of just generic action man. He's not like everyman action man.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't have any problem with like the invincible action man if it's like cool and fun, like a John Wick.
Yeah.
But
Well, even John Wick gets hurt.
oh yeah, but he's like you.
I mean,
stick John Wick in that tower.
Oh, yeah.
This is over in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
John Wick kills all those guys in like 5 minutes. It's not even a.
Sure, they put on some like loud techno music. He just like walks in.
I don't even think he breaks a sweat.
Yeah.
He doesn't even like get blood on his suit. He's just like, oh, that was easy.
Yeah. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I guess these guys are not like really like mercenaries or gunfighters.
No, they're just.
Maybe that one blonde guy was, because he survived for a long time.
He got hung and he still lived.
Yeah,
Hate is very powerful.
that's true. And, John McClane didn't mean to kill his brother. It kind of like happened by accident when they were falling down the steps.
I mean, his brother was trying to kill him, so
That's true.
it was live or die.
Yeah,
Hard.
it's true. Sometimes when I was a kid, I thought this movie was called Die Hard, but then I was just like, oh, it's Die Hard. Okay,
Like,
that makes sense for the title, because a lot of people die hard in this movie.
That's not a hostage.
It's a good movie. I feel like I really have only seen this first movie, and the second one I know I've seen, but like I don't know if I've ever seen the whole thing. But I remember we tried to watch it, and I had to go to work or something.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it was really dumb.
That was weird.
Yeah,
You saw like half the movie or
Yeah.
something. That was bizarre.
it was bizarre.
You missed out. The rest of
Yeah.
us had fun. 'Cause part 2 is okay.
Yeah, I got to see part 2, and I got to see part 3.
Al is in part 2, though it's just a cameo.
Okay.
He is gone from the franchise after that.
Well, he's over in Chicago raising his family.
Well, also John, I think, just goes back to New York after.
Oh, okay.
It's weird because he's a New York cop visiting LA, and then in part 2, he's now an LA cop, and now he's back on the East Coast.
Okay. What city is he in?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Okay.
They might be in New York, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, and it's Christmas again.
Okay.
But then that's it for Christmas and Die Hard.
Okay. So, only 1 and 2 are Christmas movies.
Yes.
And then the rest are not.
The rest are just, and the rest. Like part 3, I've heard is like, this was an unused Lethal Weapon script.
Really? Okay.
Like, he's like paired up with like Sam Jackson in it.
That sounds awesome.
I hear it's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's why, like, it's the only one I haven't watched, and I kind of held back on watching it because I didn't mind part 4. Part 5 was bad, and they were always kind of threatening another one, and I was always like, you know what? I'm gonna hold off on Die Hard 3 until this movie either does or doesn't happen. And it seemed definitively done after the Disney sale. They were like, we're done with Die Hard. We're not doing that. And now, obviously, with Bruce Willis's current medical condition, it's never happening ever.
Yeah, he's retired now, so.
Yes. So at some point in the near future, I'm watching Die Hard 3.
There we go.
And I'm like, all right, finally.
Yeah.
Because, like, man, Die Hard, it's so good. Die Hard 5 is... Die Hard 5.
You know what's so weird about, like, watching, like, the original Die Hard? It's just like, whoa, Bruce Willis with hair.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy going back and seeing that.
Yeah, because I'm like, I don't know if I've ever seen him in anything else where he had hair except for, like, maybe, like, Pulp Fiction. Or he's in a Quentin Tarantino movie, like, briefly, isn't he?
He's in Pulp Fiction. I don't remember him having hair.
I thought he did have hair in Pulp Fiction.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, because I thought he was, like, pretty young in that movie.
I think...
That would be crazy if he doesn't have hair in that movie and, like, it's just Die Hard.
Pictures here. Well, I've seen plenty of images from Die Hard 3, so, like, you kind of see the hairline, like, slowly receding.
Okay.
And, you know, he got to the point where he just shaved it off and he became the bald Bruce Willis that we all mostly remember from, like, his later movies, like your Fifth Element and stuff like that.
Right. Because, like, Fifth Element is, like, a movie I've probably seen the most with, like, Bruce Willis in it. So, like, I always think of him, like, looking like that. And then, like, watching, like, Die Hard, I'm like, whoa, he's got hair. It's like Dwayne Johnson with hair. You're like, look at that. It's like, it's weird. The younger Dwayne Johnson is less jacked, too.
That's neither here nor there.
Just saying, it's weird.
I have no comment on the matter. It's probably not natural.
I mean, whatever.
Hey man, it's not my shrunken ball sack.
I don't think it always happens, but who knows?
I don't know. I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, but besides that, you know, the other thing I know about Bruce Willis, like, wasn't he like a comedy actor at one point?
Yeah, this was kind of a
this?
transition film for him, where he kind of transitioned from more like comedic stuff to action hero.
Yeah, it's weird.
I think that's another reason why he was cast, because it was an unlikely action hero.
Yeah.
He was the opposite of the Stallones and the Schwarzeneggers and stuff. He was like the unlikely hero. But now it's like we just kind of remember Bruce Willis as the action hero.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just what he kind of became. He would do like, you know, your Pulp Fictions and stuff like that, the more like drama-based stuff. But, you know, he would do your Die Hards, your Fifth Elements, where he's like the action hero and stuff.
Yeah. But I guess, like, at least in this movie, like, he's got, like, some really good lines, but, like, they're not, like, intentional, like, you know, like I said earlier, like, you know, he's not, like, killing people and being, like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. It's, like, so, you know, just in conversation, it's just, like, kind of humorous, but not really, he's not really trying to be, like, funny or cool, you know? He's just, like, kind of like a normal dude in this movie, just dealing with everything.
It's just trying to make do.
Yeah, but I guess that's all I can really think to say about Die Hard.
I mean, how much can be said about a movie that, generally speaking, everybody likes?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people that don't like it. They suck. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. You suck. Why would you hate this movie? It's great.
It's great. And I guess the great debate of is Die Hard a Christmas movie, I guess is finally solved.
It is for me. I mean, look, everyone's got their own opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That's the great thing about an opinion. It's your own. You can have your own. My opinion on Die Hard being a Christmas movie used to be different. I used to be like, it's not really a Christmas movie. It's an action movie, blah, blah, blah. But like I said, years and years of all that cookie cutter crap masquerading as a movie with Christmas slapped on for marquee value has just made me be like, you know what? I'll let Die Hard be a Christmas movie because it's a good movie. It's set at Christmas.
Yeah.
It has a happy ending. They're kissing. The Christmas song is playing. It ends just like a Hallmark movie, guys.
It's set up like a Hallmark movie.
And it ends like one.
Yeah.
It's just an awesome action movie in between instead of that boring, same old shit that they do over and over and over and over and over and over again. And yet people fucking watch it every year.
Yep.
I guess that's comfort food.
I guess so.
Except for me.
I mean, I can't wait to see the next Hallmark Christmas movie.
I I just want to see like the one movie where like somebody who was making it just kind of rebelled and just said fuck it and made something insane out of it.
Who knows? But with that being said, go watch Die Hard, and I guess that's the Out of Touch podcast for this week.
In the greatest Christmas story ever told, Die Hard.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Ho, ho.